and welcome to the base, big and small screens. Today, this week, we're finishing off our little horror roundup because I'm not going to be having any videos on the Halloween weekend here. Uh, so I figured I'd just finish everything up for the horror, and I'm gonna do something a little different, something that you may or may not agree with. This week, I would like to talk to you all about this movie, American History X. Now, some of you may immediately say, well, that's not a horror movie. That's just about, a guy who happens to be racist and he gets out of prison and he's been changed and his family's a little strange and it's kind of a very hard look at how racism affects um, people in general, people in the world, and all this and that. But I will disagree with you on one very simple point. I believe American History X is a horror movie because of the simple fact of what it is talking about, the particular, uh, the focus of the story being on racism, on that hatred that people can feel towards people of another color, another creed, another religion, whatever you want to talk about it. That focus on this and how it turns uh, Edward Norton's character in the beginning into a man, just a brutal man. How it affects his younger brother, played by Edward Furlong. How it affects the community. Uh, how it all affects how people are very much the worst type of monsters out there. And this particular movie highlights it beautifully. It is very well written, very well acted and told. It even has what's his name there, Stacy Keach in it, Beverly D'Angelo. Um, uh, I can't remember the guy's name off by heart, but it also has the fellow who plays Commander Cisco from Star Trek Deep Space Nine in this movie too. I mean, it's just an extremely well written movie all around. It really delves into the meat of the issue in an unflinching way. It doesn't, it is rated R or 18A up here in Canada. Um, so this is not a movie for the kids. Absolutely not. There's violence, there's language, there's all kinds of suggestive themes kicking around in it. It's a very brutal movie, uh, to the point that when I was watching it the first time, had to look away at a couple of moments. The way the flashback scenes in this particular movie end up being all in black and white, while the the present day is all in color. It's very evocative. It brings to mind that, you know, back then things were very much black and white for the main character, but now it's not. Now things are much more complicated. Uh, but it is a wonderful movie. Uh, it is one I would highly recommend because, like it says here on the thing, some legacies must end. And that's what this movie is about. It deals with the issues of racism, but it deals with it from the point of view that this is something that cannot continue. This is something that must be stopped because it is not helping anyone. It's not helping the people it's directed against, and it's not helping the people that are believing in it. Uh, all it is creating more problems. Hatred begets hatred and all that. But I think this is a horror movie because, as I said, humans are the real monsters, and this shows just how bad humanity can be, just how horribly corrupt and mean spirited and terrible that humanity can be if not educated against. And that's it's got a really nice moral to it. It's a really nicely well done story, and it shows it quite nicely. Edward Norton, of course, amazing actor. Love the man. So yes, I would highly recommend this one. And that's it for this little bit of a horror thing. I've hoped you've enjoyed me talking about it. We'll be starting in November with new stuff. Uh, so yes, for now, check out American History X if you haven't seen it already. It's worth your time. And I'll see you next week. No, sorry, not next week, but soon.